Thank you for coming back to my channel, All Things Ito. I'm back with another video, but this time a topic that's very personal to me. I wanted to give you the kind of advice that I would have hoped to have when I embarked on this journey to meet somebody, and I did it through the online dating scene. I tried to meet people in real life, but I wasn't successful at it, and so I switched to meeting people on dating apps. And I wanted to make a video. About all the topics and all the advice that I would have liked to have if I was starting off. So, the first piece of advice that I want to give you is to avoid scammers. About 25% of the people that have dating profiles aren't even real. They're fake profiles. And they're people that are out there trying to scam you out of money or blackmail you by asking for photos. They're just people that aren't even real. So they're fake profiles. So in this case, I would highly recommend for you to use Google Lens, where you can take a picture of that person, run it through Google Lens, and you can verify if that's actually the person. I had that happen to me once, and the profile was of a influencer in like Dubai or something. And it wasn't the age that the profile had said. And this person was obviously not the person they said they were on their profile. So definitely that's one thing to look out for, that a lot of these people that are on the profile aren't even real. So be smart and be aware of that. My other piece of advice is to avoid pen pals. The point of the dating app is going to be ultimately to meet your person, to find that partner for you and the relationship that you want. And you want that person to be real, and you want to have met them in person. So there are a lot of people that are on the apps out of boredom. They could be even married and just trying to distract themselves from their reality and talk to people and just chat endlessly. And I will encourage you to find a way to meet the person after a couple days of chatting. And if there's interest on both ends, try to set up a time to meet them in person, because that's ultimately going to decide if you're even compatible. Because you can talk endlessly on the chat, and then when you actually meet in person, do you even like this person? Are you attracted to them in person? So I would say to avoid just chatting and texting endlessly. Try to meet this person if you want to, if there's interest, and see if you're compatible. Another great piece of advice that I have for you is that not everyone is meant to be. Not everyone is right for you, and that is okay. I really like that. I really like that realization that there are so many people on the app. There are thousands of people. You wouldn't want to be compatible with thousands of people. You just want that one special person. You just want that one special person for you. So that's totally okay. It's okay that all of those people out there are not for you. So that's one piece of advice that I think is very helpful. So not everyone's right for you. Screen, read profiles, try to find people that are compatible, that are your person. Oh my gosh, I love this one. This is my favorite piece of advice, and I call it learn the corporate text and use it frequently. And what do I mean by the corporate text? I refer to the corporate text as the way of being formally aware that this person is not right for you, and you let them know. You let them know you appreciate getting to know them, but ultimately this is not the relationship that you want, or you don't see a match, and you let them down with a really simple corporate text. And I have these written down on my phone. I cut and paste and send them as need be. So don't be afraid to have your own corporate text. It's just like a message that you've already drafted, and then you send to people that are not compatible with you, and you're gonna just move on. Another great piece of advice is to have fun in the process. this is so important because a lot of times you get tired and it's okay to just delete the apps and get off and relax and take a break because it's exhausting to keep meeting people, dating people, and then you just get discouraged and you just get bummed out. But just take a break, weeks, months, whatever time you need to just refresh, refocus, and then you're out there and you're going to have fun with it because ultimately you're going to meet your new best friend. At least that's for me how I feel about a relationship. I'm out there trying to meet my new bestie, my new partner. So I'm going to have fun in the process. I'm going to meet people. I'm going to have fun and not see it as something like I'm dreading going out. I'm dreading meeting people. If you're in that mind frame, I would just say disconnect, take a break, and then you're back at it. Like you got off the horse, you got back on it again with fresh eyes and a new outlook. So that's something pretty important. My next piece of advice is, oh my gosh, this is so important. Get thick skin. Y'all, I'm going to tell you, you cannot do online dating and be really, really sensitive. You can't because people are going to let you down. People are going to be rude. People are going to tear you apart. And you have to have thick skin in the process. That means if they ghost you, if they unmatch you, if they reject you, and trust me, there is a lot of rejection because, again, you're not for everyone. So people are going to reject you. And it hurts. I'm not going to say it doesn't hurt. It hurts. But get some thick skin. Build up some thick skin. And this is going to lead to my next piece of advice, which is to know your value. Know your value and know that you're worth a special person and know that you're worthy of someone to love you and admire you. And if you don't even love yourself, then you need to figure that out first. Like work on yourself. If you want education, if you want to get in better shape, just feel good about yourself first. And then when you put yourself out there, know that you're the best person that you could ever be. And then you will attract your partner. So definitely know your value and don't settle for people that are just going to use you and give you, a few messages here and there and pretend they're interested, but they really don't ask you out. You're not seeing them as much as you like. Just know your value. And my other piece of advice is going to be true to who you are. Be yourself. Don't pretend to be someone you're not in order to impress a guy. Like if you're not into football, you're not into sports, you're not into whatever hobbies they're into, that's fine. They can have their hobbies. They can have friends to enjoy those hobbies with. You don't have to be the exact kind of person that the other person is. That doesn't necessarily mean you're not compatible. You can have your own set of hobbies, your own skills, your own likes and dislikes, and be honest about that. If you're an active person, you like to be outside, you like to go out in nature, you like to walk, you might want someone that's going to be able to keep up with you. You might not want to be with someone that's just okay being home all day playing video games. So be honest about who you are and the things that you like and try to find people that are compatible. Do not try to change yourself to fit someone else's likes. You're not going to be happy that way. So that's something kind of important to keep in mind. Be yourself all the time. And the other thing is avoid games. The games of he texted me, so I'm not going to text him right away, and you leave the message on read and you don't respond for X amount of days because you don't want to seem too eager. I hate all of that kind of advice. If you're on the phone and you're texting and they text you, it's okay to text back. If you're busy and can't text right away, you don't text right away, but at least get back to the guy. If you're interested, let them know. Don't play these mind games and keep people guessing. Just be real with people and be honest. And if you're interested, reciprocate the interest, but don't play games. That's a very important piece of advice. And finally, just little tidbits that I have learned from just being on the apps is not to share social media. Like, don't share your Instagram, don't share your Facebook, don't share your YouTube channel. That's happened to me before. And the reason I say that is because, at least early on, if it's not a relationship, you don't want these people like sending you messages and I mean, posting things on your social media or hunting you down on social media if you don't even want them in your life anymore. So, as a piece of advice, I would say don't do that from the get-go. Like, you don't want to let these people in right away, and don't rush into things. Date someone, get to know them, relax, take some deep breaths, and just get to know them in a slow way, in a normal way that things are building up and you're getting to know them and you're getting to see who they are and they get to see who you are. And you're not just rushing, like, oh, lovey dovey, I love you right away. Like, just be calm, be who you are. Don't rush into anything. Figure out if this person really is a right fit for you. And give things space. Don't obsess over someone. Because I know sometimes I've done that. I meet someone and I'm just like, oh, they're the one. I'm so attracted to them. They're just fulfilling all the checklists. Everything is checking off my list. They're smart, they're educated, they're beautiful, all these things. And then ultimately, there isn't chemistry. There's no romantic feelings. And you've gone and built up this person in your head and you're not even compatible. So that's another thing. Stick to your hobbies, friendships, your activities. Date as an extracurricular activity, but don't make it the centerpiece of your life. Dating shouldn't be the only thing on your mind every day, or this new person shouldn't be the only thing on your mind. Think about other things in your life and focus on that. And then also nourish the relationship if you meet someone. But don't just obsess and just go crazy. I've done it. I've learned from it. And so I wanted to share. I hope all this information is helpful. If you have any questions at all, I will definitely do a follow-up video because I think this topic is very interesting. I think a lot of people are frustrated with the apps. And I think my next video is probably going to be about the frustrations and the hard things about dating online. But for this video, I just wanted to keep it to the main pieces of advice that I would give to a friend, to anyone. So I hope you found this video enjoyable. If you like the content, please subscribe for more. And thank you for coming to my channel. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Bye.